We've had such an amazing journey together, and it's only the beginning for all three of us. You know, oh, it's still setting in. I just keep looking down at this. I'm like, what is happening?
Welcome to Snatched, the final episode of this season, because I'm talking with the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 5, Ginger Johnson, the nation's favourite silly sausage woman. How are you, Ginger? How are you?
I'm good. Do you like my new microphone? Good morning.
Last night, I saw someone put on your crown and scepter, and I really wanted to go up to you and be like, Ginger, I need a photo.
Next time, listen, I'm going to be carrying this around with me everywhere I go for the next 12 months. So next time I see you, you're more than welcome.
Tesco, Sainsbury's, Iceland.
Yeah, a lot. In the shower, in the bath, all of it.
Congratulations on winning, Ginger. I am so ecstatic for you. I mean, how are you feeling after last night? Are you hungover like me?
Not really. I'm not really, because it all moved so fast last night. And you know, sometimes when you're in drag, you can have 4 glasses of wine and it doesn't touch the sides, you know, because you're not a real person. This is what I like to think. Anything that happens in drag isn't real. So it can't affect you the next day. And also, I know this is really miserable, but I was just so tired when I got home. I was so tired. I was asleep. I managed to get the makeup off. I didn't wake up with the clown face pressed onto the pillow, you know, where it looks like a ghost of a clown is on the pillow. Maybe you don't know that, but some people out there will know what that is. But no, I feel amazing. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I thought they'd put the wrong tape in last night when we watched it. I was like, is this a clerical error? What's happened here?
I mean, the room, when it was announced that you were the winner, erupted in applause and joy. Take me back to when you were sat there with Tamara and Michael watching it and Rue said your name. I mean, what was that? I know we're going to get the video at one point, right? But tell me, what was that like?
Oh, it was just so surreal. It's one of those moments in life where time stops. You just cannot fathom what is happening. And then I turned to give Michael a hug, and Michael had these gorgeous gold spikes all over his shoulders, and one of these giant spikes went straight up my nostril as I went to hug him. And I was like, there's nothing is more perfect than this. Nothing shows what my life is like than winning Drag Race, going to hug someone and having a giant metal spike shoved up your nose. So that brought me back into reality a little bit. But no, it was just so fab. I'm still on a high, obviously.
Yeah, those spikes were spiky. Yeah, I would to them as well.
I don't know if Michael has problems with pigeons landing on him and when he stands still too long, and that's why he loves a spike. But it works. It works.
I assume you've heard from RuPaul. Yeah, she's texted you. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, we FaceTimed this morning while we were both putting our makeup on in the mirror.
How did Ben react?
Oh, to be honest, I think they were more emotional than I was. I was so on another planet. No, I think they're very proud of me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, last night's episode when they came out on the stage with your tic-tac. Ginger, maybe it was the wines. I don't know. Maybe it was mixing red, rosé, and wine. But I was crying.
Well, you know, when you're on the set, you sort of get used to lots of people moving around in the background, because there's about 100 people in that room most of the time, shoving things around and moving wire. I don't know what they do. I don't know how all of that works. And when Ben was walking out, I just thought it was the sound lady coming to fix my microphone or something, because you sort of tune out what's around you. So it wasn't until they were like 2 feet away from me that I was like, what? That was crazy. Crazy.
Such a beautiful moment. They need to do that in every season, bring the family members out, because it was one of the highlights of the whole series for me personally, getting to watch you reunited with your loved one.
We had no idea, absolutely no idea at all. But I did think there was something a little bit sus going on, because we were, you know, as we went to go and do the Tic Tac talk, the other one disappeared and we never saw them again. And I started to get nervous. I was like, oh God, what's happening out there? But no, it was gorgeous. Trying to get your head back in the game after that though, that was a lot. And do that dance routine. Oh, I've never danced like that before in my life, and I'm not sure I will again.
Yeah, I know you were in your head a little bit before doing the music video, but I think that was one of the best examples I've ever seen of someone simply killing it because they were themselves. Like, I think once you realize, be myself instead of this like kind of Britney pop star, then you killed it. You killed
I was so lucky that our choreographer Claude he just let me do it. He was just like, look, let's just be silly, let's lean into it. And we'd never seen the music video either, so that was the first time. We saw a little version of it on the day, but it was the first time actually seeing it in all its glory. How fab is that? First music video on Drag Race UK as well. Gorgeous.
Oh, good. You and the lasers. I was cackling.
Oh God! Listen, I thought I was being a real smooth criminal when we were filming that. I was like, wow, I've never bent like this before. This is, I could be in Mission Impossible right now. And then I watched it and I was like, oh no, this is the Penguin in Wallace and Gromit, if it's anybody.
No, it was brilliant. It was exactly what that music video needed. Come on, drag queens being cat burglars to a RuPaul song. It needed some camp as well. Do you know what I mean? It needed it.
Well, I think my tail was bringing the camp more than anything. I wish you could have seen the back view of the choreography because that thing was springy and it was just bouncing around behind me in the rehearsal when we did the dress rehearsal. Michael and Tamara kept cracking up because I was slightly in front of them and they could just see this thing wiggling away behind me.
Just you being your signature silly sausage woman self. That's why we love you.
I can't help it. Even when I'm trying to be sexy and serious, it's not in me,
Not all of us can be Tamara. If I tried to be sexy as well,
Tamara's doing it for all of the rest of us, she's got the sexiness for the entire UK. So yeah.
You also killed the final runway. That look, Ginger, that motherfucking look was stunning. And the lip sync, that Erasure song gives me shivers anyway.
Nice. Oh, it came on in a club recently when I was out. And it slightly did when the lip sync songs, because obviously we all learn all the lip sync songs. When I hear one of the lip syncs for your life songs, that's a little bit tricky. One came on in Greg's the other day while I was waiting for me pasting. I just had to leave. I was like, this is too much. I'm not doing this. But that one came on, and that's going to be a song that is part of my life forever now. And I'm glad it's that one. It's an absolute banger. It's the one that they play in the club at the end of the night to, send everybody off on a high. So that felt great.
Yeah. And it was your first lip sync of the entire series.
No, first lip sync. I've never lip synced. That's not what I do. I'm a singer. Oh. So I was stood there thinking, God, is this really the first time I'm going to do this?
You were so good. We've unlocked a talent. I mean,
I surprised myself, to be honest.
What was it like when you were on that stage and you were lip syncing against Michael to that song? Like, what was going through your head?
Oh, I was just, I was just trying to Judi Dench my way through it. Because I know Michael's got the moves and she had that huge gown on. And I was like, I'm just going to act the song. I'm just going to go for it, I had my suit on. I felt very shiny. It was glittering up in my own eyes. I was like, we've got this. We can do it.
You were brilliant. You were brilliant. Brilliant. Loved it. Oh, this finale was just so good. The most heartwarming, most gorgeous thing. And to watch it surrounded by queer people as well. Oh.
And fab to have all the girls back on the runway for the final episode as well in those outfits. Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah. Everyone turned it. Everyone. They
really did. This season, the entire top 3 consisted of Northern Queens. Yes. And we previously had the Vivian and Danny win. So that's 3 out of 5 Northern Queens have won the crown so far. It is 3, right? I'm not missing anyone.
No, because the other 2 are Lawrence and Chris.
Right. Yeah, got it right. So why do you think that Northern Queens just excel so highly at Drag Race?
If I knew that, I'd be a very rich woman. I don't know. I think there's something about Northern drag that is irreverent.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the culture, especially in the Northeast. You know, everything's about having a good time. You know, making the best of any situation, and sometimes that's about being as silly as you possibly can. And I think that's what all the three Northern winners all have in common as well, is that we're all a little bit daft. And if there's anything that RuPaul likes, it's daft.
She loved this entire top three. You know, when you think like, oh, Rue's got her favorites, like she, like the fact, like she loved Lawrence Chaney, she loved Danny Beer, but she loved this entire top three. So it was literally like, who the fuck is she gonna crown? I no idea.
I
Not
know,
not.
wasn't it nice to see her sweat a little bit, having to choose?
Ginger, I do want to talk about something that you spoke about last night at the event, right? So last night you revealed to the room what happened to you after you swallowed those pins.
Did I?
You did, you did. So I need you to repeat it for me, please, because I was pissing myself. Tell
Well,
us.
so there was these three pins that I'd swallowed by accident while I'd been sewn on. I had them in my mouth, and they just vanished. And then I was like, "Well, they're not on the floor. They're not in my hands. They're not in the mannequin." So I called my mum first of all and asked her what to do, and she was like, "Oh, just eat some bread. Like eat some bread, and it'll do its thing." And I was like, "Okay." And then my friend that was with me at the time said, "No, you need to call 111 and ask them what to do." And I called 111 and they were like, "Go to the hospital immediately." So anyway, went there, had an X-ray. They knew where they were. And then as I was leaving, they checked me out because I had to go to rehearsals the next day. I was rehearsing for a kids' theatre show, Hansel and Gretel. I was playing Hansel. So I had to check myself out of the hospital in the morning. And they gave me a packet of paper plates and a box of latex gloves. And they said, count them on the way out and let us know when they've all gone. So then on the last day, when they'd all run their course, let's say, I went back to have like my final appointment about the whole thing. And the head nurse on the ward where I'd been that night, she said, you know how a pin has a little plastic ball on the top that's a different color? She said, what color was the last pin on the top? And I said, oh, it was green. And she turned around and she went, Sharon, you've won the kitty. And they'd had a sweepstake going of what color this pin would be when it came out. Isn't that ridiculous?
I'm just laughing at the fact that, you know, they're probably in the hospital, right? Like, oh, this silly sausage woman.
Yes. Yes.
And now, if they're Drag Race viewers, you know, if they watch Drag Race, they're like, oh, wait, isn't that the silly sausage woman? They'll see you winning a
Oh,
crown.
yes, of course. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. Oh, dear.
I love it. I love it. You are embarking on the Angels of the North tour
Yes.
with icons Tamara and Michael. What can you tease what that's going to look like? Like, what can you reveal?
Oh, what can I reveal? I can say that we're going to pick up all of our favorite and hopefully your favorite bits from the series. The ladies of the disaster class will definitely be returning, perhaps in a slightly more souped up form. We'll probably be doing Spotlight as well, like we saw last night, although hopefully I'll have a bit more time to learn the choreography this time. And what else are we doing? It's just going to be a camp old time. We're really excited. It's a club show. Yeah, we can't wait to get on with it. I don't want to tell you too much because our group chat is like absolutely buzzing with ideas about what's going to happen. And I don't want to give too much of it away because it'll be a surprise. But no, tickets are available right now. The pre-sale started today at theangelsofthenorth.co.uk.
Plug it, plug it. I can imagine that group chat with those two queens is absolute fucking chaos.
Yeah, it's mainly just voice notes of people going.
Ginger, you are a comedy giant, okay? A giant. Yeah, I said it. A comedy giant. So what have you got planned for the future? How are you going to take your signature brand of silly sausage woman around the world and make people die with laughter? What do you plan to do?
Oh, you know, I've always been someone who's had big ridiculous ideas, even since I was a child. Like stupidly ridiculous ideas. And some of them I've managed to make them happen along the way. But now there's absolutely nothing stopping me. So I'm definitely I really want to do another puppet project soon because I love puppets, and I've always wanted to do something that's a bit like Pee-wee's Playhouse, but with a cast of puppets around me. So that's definitely something that I'm going to do, and I'm going to be out on the road. We've got the Angels tour. I'm going to be on tour later in the year. There'll be news about that eventually, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm just going to take over the world. I just can't wait to get out and meet people. You know, I started in drag because it was a way to go and exist in nightclubs and meet people and feel like I had a job to be there so that I didn't feel anxious, basically. And drag is still about that for me. I got over that anxiety of meeting people, and now it's one of the biggest joys in my life. So I can't wait to get out there and meet amazing performers and the fans and everybody. It's just going to be a hoot.
I'm so happy that after so many years of doing drag, you are being celebrated for years. Everyone loves you. You are the nation's sweetheart slash. How many times can I say silly sausage women?
It's true. It's true. I'm gonna have sausages for lunch, actually. I think it's apt.
Yeah. I saw someone on Twitter do one of those things where it was like, what is it? When no context posts, like a no context post.
Oh yeah.
It was like a sausage, some pins. I can't remember what the other ones are. I think it was like an armless dress, obviously. But yeah, you've got so much.
I haven't dared look at the internet yet. I haven't even been in there. You know, my poor little iPhone 9. it's the smoke coming off of it. You know, I might just switch it off and deal with everybody after Christmas.
But I can tell you now, the response online is overwhelmingly positive. I mean, again, I've said this so many times. It really was a season where anyone could have won and anyone would have been happy because you're all...
Yes, including us, including the three of us. Honestly, we would have been happy whatever had happened. We've had such an amazing journey together, and it's only the beginning for all three of us. You know, it's it's still setting in. I just keep looking down at this. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening?
I've got one final question for you, and it is a naughty one, and I'm sure you're going to be asked this quite a lot. Winner season, are you in?
Oh, let us have a break, man. I need to lie down in a dark room for 6 months before I do anything. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I mean, can you possibly say no? I don't think so. I don't think you can say no. Imagine what a terrifying series of people that is going to be. Think of the people that are in there. Oh,
I mean, who would you like to compete against?
Oh, all of them. I just want to meet all of them. It'd just be a lovely meet and greet for me. You know, I could just come in on the first day, say hello to everybody, get them to sign me bra, off I go.
Well, Ginger, it's been so wonderful getting to know you throughout this whole process. You are amazing, and I can't wait for the tour. I can't wait for then your eventual comedy tour, album, whatever it is.
Album and a t-shirt. As the lovely Mrs. Kasha Davis would say. That is Mrs. Kasha Davis, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think as well, you need to invest in a line of shoplifting coats.
Yes, available on the dark web now.
Exactly.
Tinfoil lined so the beepers don't go off.
There you go. That's a lucrative business, I think. Ginger, thank you so much for your time today. And again, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.